From the Gateway Pundit, a massive group of military-aged men from China invade the southern border in California on Monday. Hundreds of thousands of illegal migrants from all over the world are traveling through the Darien Gap en route to the United States every month. Illegals from Africa, the Middle East, Asia, and the Southern and Central Americas are making trek into the United States. The latest group of illegals invading California were mainly from China. Okay, and the Darien Gap is this open area in Panama where people from all over the world are flying into from from all over the world, and they're making their way into Central America through this gap in Panama, going up past Costa Rica, past El Salvador, past Honduras, into Mexico, and from Mexico into Southern California or Texas or Arizona or New Mexico. And in one 24-hour span, 10,000 illegal aliens were found. They weren't even found. They were just basically just checking in, and those were the ones that we just know of. 10,000 in one day, mostly from China. And I really want you to focus on the fact that they're mostly all from China, because when Xi Jinping came to San Francisco, Gavin Newsom basically bent the knee for him, cleaned up all of San Francisco for once, and there was a lot of Chinese Americans, a lot of Chinese migrants that were there cheering for the dictator that they fled, cheering for the dictator that they were too scared to stay in China for, and they were cheering for him. And it really it goes to show that not all refugees are created equally, I guess. Just because they have fled a a country run by a dictator doesn't mean that they don't still love the dictator. Apparently, these Chinese immigrants still love him, even though they left the country for him, because of him. And they're gonna keep coming. They're gonna keep coming because of cities like New York City. New York City, 3,000 migrants are finally eligible to work, and they've been cleared by the feds. They're gonna start working. More reason for them to come. More reason for them to stay. Because companies are gonna. If you ask me, it should be legal for Americans to sue companies that hire migrants. And I'll explain more about that later. But first, there's another reason to keep, especially Chinese migrants, away. Bloodthirsty female sex traffickers with ties to China took cherry selfies just hours after victim beaten with rolling pins. There's brothels that are more and more brothels are being found with links to China. Remember the one that I made a video about not too long ago, in Virginia, I think Virginia, D.C., and Boston, where they were finding people, where they were targeting people that were professors, scientists, high-ranking members of the military, uh, politicians, and that's not going to stop. That's going to keep happening and happening and happening until eventually America becomes a part of China, because that's the one of the main goals of Xi Jinping. He's a very smart guy. He surrounded himself with very smart people. Anybody that tells you otherwise is an idiot or a neocon, probably both, or a neoliberal. They really believe that America is head and shoulders ahead when it comes to intelligence, when it comes to planning, and that's not. If anything, we're head and shoulders below China and Russia right now, because we're getting our asses kicked left and right. We're getting beat from pillar to post by these people. And it's mostly because our politicians and the corporations in America have sold us out. They've put us in this position. So we need to keep an eye out on the things that mostly affect the country, like illegal immigration, like the rising cost of products because of the rising cost in energy. So we need to keep an eye on these kinds of things, and we need to focus on these kinds of things that play a huge role in day-to-day life. And like I was saying, Americans should be able to sue companies that hire illegal immigrants, knowingly hire them, staffing agencies that knowingly help illegal immigrants get jobs, to real estate companies that help illegal migrants, get houses, car dealerships that sell cars to illegal immigrants. Why? Because this is why immigrants come here. They come because people will sell them houses, people will sell them cars, people will give them jobs, people will give them free food, money. We need to be able to give it the ability to sue these companies that are hurting the American people. Well, at least in my opinion. But anyways, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you later.